Vundabar here with Toasty D at WMUA Amherst Radio Station.
Man.
Toasty D.
All right, DJ Toasty Z with WMUA. I'm here with Vundabar. Hi. How's it going? We're here at Boston Calling backstage. You guys want to first of all just introduce yourselves and what you play in the band?
I'm Brandon of Vundabar. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Drew of Vundabar. I play drums.
My name is Grayson from Vundabar, and I play bass.
Okay, awesome. Now, the first question I want to ask you guys is about your name. I was reading, I think it was an interview from you guys a couple years ago, and it was just some, word you thought was cool. Didn't really have any, major significance, just a cool word.
Yeah.
I was looking it up. I guess it means wonderful in German. Are any of you guys German?
No, but we love brat, so.
Isn't Grayson German?
I'm actually German.
Just Jason the German.
Ich bin Deutsch.
So did you just think it was a cool word and you just rocked with it, or?
Well, we had to get Grayson in the mix for the purpose of validating the use of the name. We also love brats, which is German sausage.
And I love Lederhosen.
Okay.
That's German. Lederhosen.
Apple schnitzel. All
right, awesome. So the second question I want to ask you is, a lot of publications say they use the term cult following to describe your band, the people that follow you. Would you describe it as a cult following? And if so, why do you think you have a cult following?
We have a cult that follows us, and that's all there is to it. It's a religious cult. It has no affiliation with the band, but they follow us, and I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
I have no more to add to that.
No comment?
Just no comment.
Okay, all right. Now my next question is, you guys have been came up a lot in the DIY scene and the basement scene. I'm curious what the craziest or most memorable show you remember, or one that sticks out, or just the most memorable show that sticks out, either DIY or otherwise.
Oh, there was a show in New Brunswick where it was very early on, and there was this person there that introduced themselves as KY, and every time they'd say it, they'd be like, "My name's Kai," KY, KY jelly, and then sure enough, by the end of the night, their penis was out while we were playing, and I definitely remember the show, and it was in a basement, and so that was a show.
Yeah. I'm from Jersey, actually. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
New Brunswick's cool.
For sure. Any other?
Yeah. I mean, that one definitely in particular is one of the first ones that comes to mind. And just those shows in New Brunswick were always a blast. So super fun.
Yeah. All right. So you also do a lot of crazy, funny, random things on stage. I know today you were talking a lot about clowns, and I'm just curious. I also saw you at one point at a show gave out a free record to someone for eating a bunch of cake pops. I'm curious, what do you think the funniest thing you've ever done at a show is?
In Canada, I saw a man and I thought it was my father, so I brought him up on stage and we embraced, and then I found out it wasn't my dad.
Were you just a little...
Again,
he had a lot to say.
He had a lot to say.
He had a lot to say, and he was on stage for at least 5 minutes.
He's my surrogate father. He breastfed me.
It was a classic who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Classic who's who.
I know, and I was also reading that Eric Andre actually came to one of your shows and you made him laugh, and that was a proud moment. Do you remember what you did that made it what you said or what you did that was you think you made him laugh?
I didn't hear about it till afterwards, so
Yeah, we didn't know it.
I had no time.
I was misquoted also. Let's go on record saying that. But we did like an outro to a song for 7 minutes of like one note.
Okay.
And he seemed to like it. So
Awesome. And you've performed a lot of great acts, Diarrhea Planet, Alex G. I'm curious, like, who actually your favorite person or act to perform with is?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an act I just like.
Yeah.
Joey Pizza Slice, aka Joey Agresta, aka Son of Salami. We've never played with him, but he's great. He's incredible.
You'd like to play with him at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, like, want to play with, probably.
Yeah. Any others? Yep. All right. And I also read that you went touring pretty early, because I guess you just didn't feel as well received in the beginning in Boston. I'm curious, if now you see that as a blessing in disguise as far as helping you stand out in Boston, in the Boston scene.
We cut our teeth touring. I think it's a good way. I think there's two ways. Some people see it as you need to be ready to tour, or you can just not be ready, and then it'll kind of whip you into shape, which is how it kind of worked for us.
For sure.
We were a band that couldn't really play, so no one really cared about us, and then we left and got better at that and came back, and then
For sure. Any thoughts?
I'd agree with that. Just touring, you're playing every night, you're bound to get a little bit better, and
For sure.
yeah.
Well, learn as you go. I also know you guys are pretty big in Europe, and you've done a couple European tours. I'm curious how you feel touring in Europe differs from touring the U.S.
subsidized art programs.
Yeah.
The government cares about the arts, so fuck you, Donald Trump.
Exactly.
It's just more
Big ditto to
it's
that.
funded, artists can live.
Yeah, it's super enjoyable to be an artist over there, and they are able to provide a lot more for you.
Grants.
Yeah, grants,
Awesome.
housing.
Never
Any
toured
thoughts?
Europe. This is the first European.
What was that?
I got nothing.
Okay, fair enough. I know you guys re-released Gawk this year with the new single. I'm curious, are we going to get a new album this year?
This coming spring.
Okay, awesome. And I'm also you good?
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Okay, cool. I'm also wondering, like I said, Gawk was a little bit of a darker sound for you guys, a darker tone. What can we expect from your newer projects, the stuff you've been working on?
A darker tone.
Even darker?
No, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. So, little hee-haw, little boo-hoo.
Okay, for sure. And my last question is, now I was just looking through your Twitter and just dug up some interesting tweets that I thought were funny. I know you guys, seems to be a fascination with eggs. A lot of tweets about eggs and Instagram posts about eggs. What's your fascination with eggs?
I need it.
I want them.
Hope you live.
Keep them raw. They slide down your throat easier.
You don't have to cook
If you don't cook them,
You're not supposed to cook eggs.
you can fit 30 eggs in your mouth.
Like a snake, just open up your jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last tweet, I noticed you tweeted the other day, interviews are weird because I don't want to reveal anything about myself. And I just thought that was a really funny way and a good way to end off the interview. I'm sure you're getting a lot of requests for interviews at Boston Calling, so. Yeah.
Everything we said
just
was a
one of
lie,
those,
except
yeah.
for the eggs.
Okay,
Except
everything,
for the eggs.
this is completely
Eggs,
I'm
not
really
at all. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time
Thanks for having
to
us.
interview with me.
Thank you.